I'm not that worried about it because, man, is he boring. Like, it's very hard to, like, actually absorb anything Obama's saying. You're just going, like, come on, dude. You could drive a truck through those spaces between words. It's just like, we get it. You're important, historic, but try to speed it up a bit.
His administration's done. His foreign policy's done. So anything he does right now just doesn't mean anything. And this is almost like trying to get the last word in a conversation you lost. Like, your mama, that's basically what Obama did. We kick out the diplomats, but what doesn't affect him.
Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus just cracked open a political piñata, and guess whose name popped out? Obama. Apparently, there's a secret so shocking even the teleprompter hesitated. These two didn't just chat, they exposed something that's got half of Washington gripping their coffee mugs. So what exactly did Obama do that has Gutfeld grinning like he just won a bet with Fox News itself? Stick around, because this secret might just rewrite the cool president story forever.
The most boring person on the planet. And that says something. I have a rule of thumb, though. When they say it's both sides, it's...
The previous segment, we talked about when his publisher told him to speak and when he got to talk for himself. This is another example of a brother having to talk about something that they told him.
If you're enjoying this, make sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps more than you think. Greg Gutfeld and Tyrus have done it again. The unexpected comedy duo of political chaos just peeled back another layer of the DC onion, and this time, the name that emerged from the fog was none other than Barack Obama. Yes, the man who once made staying cool under pressure look effortless apparently has a secret.
Could cut a rug. Look at Syria, Iran, ISIS. I'd say his best move was the chicken dance. And Obamacare, a hustle. Don't worry, sad stars. Obama isn't really going away, though. He can always keep playing a president on TV. He'd probably do a great job, or at least do less damage. So, Hollywood will miss Obama, but what will Obama miss? Donald Trump, ISIS, American dissent? It's hard to miss something you didn't see coming or going in the first place. The rise of ISIS, the pernicious spread of Islamism, flourished under the president. These are the things.
And not just any secret, the kind that has Gutfeld smirking like he just found out Area 51 has a gift shop. Whenever Gutfeld starts grinning like that, you know something's up. It's like when a cat stares into an empty corner, you can tell some strange truth is about to be revealed.
You also missed the fact that he also unfriended Obama on Facebook. So this is laughable. Unfortunately for, our president who's done, and they know he's done, and these sanctions mean absolutely nothing. When these sanctions came out, his phone buzzed, he got a DM from probably Donald Trump saying, "Don't trip, I got this. We'll fix it, after the 20th." And he went, "Okay, cool. We're good. Now go ahead."
And sure enough, Tyrus, his sidekick, human lie detector, and master of sarcasm, was right there, arms folded, ready to break down the drama. Because when Gutfeld and Tyrus expose something, it's never subtle. It's a roast wrapped in conspiracy, soaked in punchlines, and served fresh on a Fox News platter.
Obama and Trump say what? Tyrus, Trump, and Obama sat next to each other at Jimmy Carter's funeral. They appear to have buried the hatchet. What do you think they were saying?
Oh, I know what they were saying.
What?
Hey, two-term guy. What's up, two-term guy? How are you doing? I don't know, just doing my two-term thing. And Biden was in the front and Kamala was in the... And, oh, hey, I'm sorry, no term and one term.
It's so funny. Dana, and meanwhile, you have Hillary, no term.
Yep.
Sitting there, and she's just away from her two-term Trump.
Hey.
So what's the big Obama secret? Oh, you thought it was something simple like a new Netflix deal or a bad golf score? Think again. Gutfeld and Tyrus went full deep dive into the mystery behind the curtain, the whispers, the quiet moves, the odd coincidences that make you pause and say, wait, why does every story somehow lead back to the Obamas? It's almost funny how every political twist seems to have his name floating in the background like a watermark. Gutfeld joked that the man could be surfing in Hawaii and still end up blamed or credited for whatever's happening in Washington. Biden forgets a line? Must be Obama's teleprompter ghost. Gas prices go up? Obama's shadow did it. A celebrity gets canceled? Probably texted Obama for advice first. But this time, the secret isn't about what he's blamed for, it's about what he might actually be doing. The rumor mill is spinning fast, and Tyrus wasted no time tossing the first grenade. Maybe, just maybe, Obama's still calling some of the shots. Not officially, of course. Officially, he's painting, producing documentaries, and reminding everyone he once had approval ratings higher than anyone else. But unofficially, his fingerprints might still be on every move that feels a little too polished to have come from the current playbook.
Still has Trump on his mind. Tuesday, he spoke to the Economic Club of Chicago, where Crain's columnist Greg Huns noted a startling comparison of Trump to Hitler. Huns paraphrases what he heard President Obama say. We have to tend to this garden of democracy or else things could fall apart quickly. That's what happened in Germany in the 1930s, which despite the democracy of the Weimar Republic and centuries of high-level cultural and scientific achievements, Adolf Hitler rose to dominate. 60 million people died, so you gotta pay attention and vote. So, Nazi...
You could see Gutfeld loving every second of it. He called it the invisible presidency, that quiet kind of control that doesn't need press briefings or motorcades, just a few phone calls, a calm word, and suddenly, everything falls into place. It's like Obama turned politics into a subscription service. You might not see him, but you know he's still charging you monthly. Meanwhile, Tyrus looked like he just cracked the Da Vinci Code, leaning back with that "told you so" energy, probably wondering how many people have missed the obvious signs. Because to him, the math checks out. The timing, the messaging, the overall vibe, it all feels like an Obama alumni reunion tour. And honestly, you can't deny it does seem like the guy left office but kept the password to the Wi-Fi. What's crazy is how normal that idea sounds now. Nobody's even shocked anymore. Obama could show up at a G7 meeting, grab the mic, and half the world would just nod and say, "Yeah, that tracks." That's how deep his brand runs. It's more than political influence, it's cultural permanence. And that's exactly what Gutfeld and Tyrus were joking about, the idea that Obama could outlast the presidency without even trying. They broke it down like a political crime scene. Every time something feels too smooth, too polished, too clever to have come from a committee boom, there it is, the Obama signature. The faint trace of eloquence in a world that seems allergic to it.
A month for the fiddling crew. I don't think the American people are glad to see that one go, but when Kennedy acknowledged earlier that Joe was going to be taking this over. So they put the two most easiest things to cut off. There was no victory. And I think he understood that, because let's remember, when he got out, when his term was up, he did not endorse Joe Biden because Joe Biden was crooked and was fleecing the country then.
But of course, the duo didn't stop there. Gutfeld's comedic radar locked onto the bigger irony. Obama's the only guy who retired from politics and still somehow controls the plot. Everyone else leaves office and fades into memoirs and paid speeches, but Obama? He left and became the most active retired man in world history. It's like he turned his presidency into a brand franchise. Obama the sequel, Obama, the legacy series, Obama, executive decisions, now streaming everywhere. And honestly, if he really is still pulling strings, you can't even be mad, because no one else could make secret influence look that relaxed. Most politicians struggle to hide their mistakes, but Obama could hide an entire government operation and still get praised for his Spotify playlist. That's what had them laughing the man's cultural power. Nobody else has that mix of calm authority and meme energy. Obama's the only person who can trend online just for existing. He could post a picture of a sandwich and start a week-long debate about symbolism. Gutfeld joked that maybe the real secret isn't political at all. It's how Obama managed to make being mysterious into a full-time career. Meanwhile, the internet is having an absolute field day.
It's like, how could this be bad? And you have cheap natural gas, but he is terrified of, I think, the environmentalist factions in his own party.
Being
He
not
can't
cool.
say, being not cool. That's what he is.
Thank you.
That was a good heckle.
Heckle.
It's just, yeah, but that's true. No, he's scared. He is scared of that's part of the problem. Is environmentalism is perceived as
Every time Gutfeld and Tyrus drop a theory, social media goes wild like it's trying to solve a national mystery. Some people get angry, others laugh, and the rest just grab popcorn because, honestly, this is the kind of drama politics needs. Forget scandals, give us plot twists and intrigue. What makes it even funnier is how predictable it's become. The moment anything slightly suspicious happens in government, Gutfeld's eyebrow starts twitching like a built-in radar. You can almost hear him thinking, is this another Obama thing? It's like he's created his own political version of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, except it's all set in DC, and somehow every storyline leads back to Obama's mysterious legacy network. And Tyrus? He's the perfect partner in crime. He barely has to speak, just gives that slow, knowing nod that says, yeah, I see it too. Together, they're like detectives in a buddy cop movie, except instead of chasing criminals, they're chasing the truth behind political déjà vu. And the best part? It's working. The more they talk, the more people start connecting dots that probably shouldn't be connected, but are way too entertaining not to. Of course, there's a deeper layer here. The unspoken truth Gutfeld hinted at. This story hits so hard because people want it to be true.
The first black president, you get that, oh, I can't have any problems. And Joe was like, no worry, I'll get all the problems for you, all the smoke. So when he was doing that, you can tell it's disingenuous because he's doing what he's supposed to be doing instead of saying, look, I'm going to put this moron who's going to steal and make it way worse. And now we've seen from that date, from that time, how big the spending and ridiculousness has gotten with Joe Biden's fingers always being around with the exception of 4 years. So I think, and if you asked him if the camera turned off, he would have been like, man, I can't believe we're going to let this dumb be in charge of this stuff. You know he's going to screw this up, right? That's exactly what would have happened.
There's something oddly comforting about believing there's still an adult in the room, quietly steering the ship, because the alternative is pure chaos, and chaos just doesn't fit Obama's style. He's too calm, too polished. If he's really behind the curtain, you know he's making sure the curtain's ironed first. Then came the biggest twist of all, the idea that Obama's influence might not just be political, but media-driven. And that's what makes Gutfeld and Tyrus's theory both hilarious and strangely believable. The man probably has a make it go viral button somewhere in Martha's Vineyard. Honestly, it's not even a stretch. Obama's the only ex-president who can outshine the current one without breaking a sweat. You could have 3 people in the Oval Office arguing policy, and one calm text from Obama would settle it instantly. That's not politics, that's Jedi-level influence. And of course, Gutfeld couldn't resist the irony. For years, people joked about shadow governments and deep states, and now it's starting to sound less like fiction and more like management.
Obama's now a Republican.
Everyone knows that getting rid of the deficit will require some tough decisions. And that includes cutting back on billions of dollars in programs that a lot of people care about.
I think Obama appreciates Trump for saying what he wished he could say.
Well, not just that, and they also were both like, hey, we both want
Obama Management Corporation, where every crisis comes with a press-ready statement and a perfectly timed smirk. Tyrus couldn't stop laughing at that idea, picturing Obama lounging in a leather chair surrounded by advisors, watching the world spin while sipping coffee labeled Hope and Control. Because honestly, if anyone could run the show from behind the scenes and make it look effortless, it's the guy who turned campaign speeches into poetry and made politics feel like a TED Talk. But what's wild is that even as they joke, there's always that tiny sliver of maybe. Maybe Gutfeld's not completely wrong, because somehow everything still seems to move to Obama's rhythm. Every new leader, every fresh controversy, it all feels like it's following an Obama remix. And that's what makes this secret both hilarious and a little unsettling. If it's true, Obama's basically the world's most charming puppet master. If it's false, then he's still living rent-free in everyone's head. Either way, he wins, because even out of office, he still controls the conversation. That kind of power can't be bought. It's built, refined, and apparently eternal. Gutfeld and Tyrus wrapped it up the only way they could, laughing about how the Obama effect just refuses to die. They joked that even in 2080, someone will stumble into a scandal and a hologram of Greg Gutfeld will appear to say, "You know who's behind this, right?" And honestly, people will probably still nod, because once you build a myth that strong, reality doesn't even matter anymore.
By his NPR voice. I was the most relaxing I've ever heard of him. Look, I think he's sexist. I think he's portraying his candidate as a damsel in distress. That somehow she's the target of all these things, when in fact she's responsible for all these things by having this email, this private server. And there's one thing too that, like, he's ignoring, and a lot of people are ignoring, is that Team Hillary knew about Anthony Weiner before he resigned.
The funniest part is, Obama doesn't even have to deny it. He just smiles that famous calm smile that says, maybe I did, maybe I didn't, and the world instantly loses its mind trying to decode it. That's the real secret, not power, but mystery. As Gutfeld and Tyrus sat there basking in their latest revelation, you could tell they weren't just stirring the pot, they were savoring every spoonful. Because in the circus of modern politics, Obama's still the ringmaster who never really left, and they're the two funniest clowns pointing at the magic trick everyone pretends not to see. And somewhere out there, Obama's probably smiling again, calm, cool, and quietly amused. Because when your secret is that you might still be in charge, you don't deny it, you let them keep guessing. After all, what's more powerful than being the mystery no one can stop talking about? And sure enough, that's exactly what happened. The so-called Obama secret went nuclear overnight. The man couldn't even post a family picture without someone claiming it was a coded message to the Pentagon.
Surprised fans on our new podcast by saying her pet peeve about her husband is that he's chronically late. For example, we're still waiting on him to admit he's from Kenya. And as for Barack's pet peeve about Michelle, he's mad that she keeps leaving the toilet seat up. When she cleans it.
Meanwhile, Gutfeld and Tyrus sat back, watching the chaos unfold like proud arsonists admiring their handiwork. Every clip of their expose was being remixed, captioned, and dissected by people who completely missed the sarcasm but couldn't resist the scandal. And through it all, Obama stayed silent, which only made it funnier because nothing fuels a rumor better than calm silence. By the weekend, everyone had chosen aside believers, skeptics, and those just in it for the entertainment. In that moment, Gutfeld and Tyrus didn't just reveal a secret, they exposed America's favorite addiction, needing Obama to still be the main character. And the funniest part? They didn't even have to say anything new. They lit the match and walked away while everyone else built the bonfire. The Obama secret wasn't just exposed, it became the headline everyone wanted to believe.